The world teems with fascinating places, too numerous to explore entirely. However, with technology and Google Maps, you can virtually visit any location on Earth from your phone, regardless of your physical position. By simply entering a place's name, you could be transported there in seconds. Some destinations even offer street view for a more immersive encounter. It's important to remember that technology is controlled by its owners, potentially influencing the information shown. Consequently, certain secret places have been censored on Google Maps to prevent unwanted exploration. Let's take a look at a list of the top 10 secret places on Google Maps. You might be from one of these places too, but before we get into that, don't forget to like and subscribe. Number 10, Babylon, Iraq. Google Maps have a habit of blurring out whole regions so people cannot have a satellite view of the place. Babylon, Iraq is just another example of a whole city being blurred and made invisible. Avalon is a heavily populated city, but you won't see any of it if you examine maps from Google Maps. Blurring the city out is in fact rather disrespectful because there's much history behind the area. It used to be the ancient city of Babylon that was very powerful in the second millennium BC. At some point, it turned into a vast empire that stretched over the most part of Western Asia, but like all other empires, it was eventually destroyed. Given this rich historical background, it's strange that the city remaining after the empire is hidden. Maybe it is the government of America that doesn't want people lurking at the state of Iraq. Since we know the type of relationship the USA has with Iraq, some people say it could somehow be connected with the operations led by Saddam Hussein, but we can't tell for sure. All we know is that this historical tourist attraction site can be hiding something. Number 9. The Royal Palace, Amsterdam. The Royal Palace in Amsterdam is hidden from the world on Google Maps too. Even Buckingham Palace can be seen on Google Earth. We know that kings have their quirks, and sometimes they do things others don't understand. So is it one of such things, or is there something we don't know? If you have any suggestions, let us know. One thing really interesting about the place is that all the areas surrounding the palace are clearly seen, but the palace itself is heavily blurred. The reason behind it, no one really knows. We can just assume that something fishy is going on in there. Perhaps it's because the royal family want to maintain their safety and don't want anyone to plan an aerial attack on their home. Maybe they just don't want anyone finding the infrastructure of the palace so that no one goes and makes another palace like that. Number 8. All of North Korea. We know a lot of things are wrong with North Korea, ranging from an authoritarian regime to no internet available for the people. North Korea is one hell of a country, and to think that South Korea is one of the most prosperous countries in the world, it makes what goes on in North Korea even more mind-blowing. A lot of the simplest human rights are violated there, and residents aren't even allowed to leave the country. Those who want to come to North Korea face many challenges as it's often not permitted. It's also rumored that the government brainwashes its residents and makes them think that they live in a perfect state. But one of the craziest things about the country is that it has been censored from Google Maps completely. You can't have any type of view of the country from Google Maps. The government is behind all this. Number 7. Gazprom CEO's House, Russia. This place is one of the very few houses that have been blurred and hidden on Google Maps. This is the house of Gazprom CEO Alex Miller in Moscow area, Russia. It appears to be blurred on Google Earth for a very simple reason. Miller asked Google to blur it for him. If you think that you need to be really powerful and rich to do it, then you're wrong. Anyone can do it. All you have to do is provide the location to Google and have your house blurred, but not everyone will do that because what do we have to hide? I mean, why would you blur your house on Google Earth if you aren't afraid that someone will see something they're not supposed to see? But Miller is a millionaire and one of the richest people in Russia, so maybe he did it for his own safety, or maybe he wants to conceal something. Russia is known to be completely secretive and has a personal life like they do in North Korea, but we know for sure that something fishy is going on in that house. Anyone want to go find out? Number 6. A random patch of the Pacific Northwest. The site is located close to the Washington-Oregon border. However, no one even knows what it is. Some people claim that it's another HARP site. HARP is the High Frequency Active, a rural research program, which is used to study the properties and behavior of the ionosphere, while others say that it's FEMA, which is the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Some people have managed to venture here to see what was going on. They most likely wanted to at least see a marked entrance that would indicate the facility located there, but they didn't find anything worth of interest. But we still don't know why this place would be blurred out by Google. It makes this place even more mysterious. Could it be that we're hiding something there, which we don't want anyone to find out, but we're sure that something mysterious is located there and that the government had it censored? We can't ignore any possibility. Number 5. Harp Site, Alaska, USA. We'd have already told you guys about HARP, but let us tell you a little more about the project. It is funded by the U.S. Navy and U.S. Air Force. This program itself aims to analyze the ionosphere and study ways to improve radio communication and surveillance technologies. If you think that these guys are doing good things, conspiracy theorists will say that you're wrong. Many people around the globe think that the HARP is responsible for weaponizing weather and triggering floods, earthquakes, droughts, and other unwanted natural disasters. Yes, you heard that right. Most likely part of the reason similar theories appear is that HARP sites are highly classified, and it makes people think, what do they hide from us? Of course, the HARP staff denied these allegations, but what are they hiding? That they had the place censored. And the answer, so no one goes on a trip, there is not convincing enough. Google has kept a lot of secrets from us, but this really is one of the biggest there is. Number 4. Shaja Lambada Oil Refinery, Hungary. Now, usually if there is a huge industry anywhere in the world, you can easily see its infrastructure and what goes on in it on Google Maps. But that isn't the case with this oil refinery. An oil or refinery in Hungary asked Google Earth to completely wipe out all the buildings and grounds in and around the area and mark them green. So if you look at the map of this refinery in Google Earth, all you see is a large green field. There are no pipelines, storage tanks, or production facilities, almost as if there is no oil or refinery there. And what makes it even stranger are these blocks on the field. What they mean? The reason for blurring this area is still unknown. Evidently, they wanted to hide or protect something from the outside viewer, but the question is, what exactly? What is so unusual there that makes them different from other oil or refineries in the world? Number 3. Valencia City, Philippines. Another example of a whole region being wiped out from viewership. Valencia City is a city located in the province of Bukidnon in the Philippines that is populated by over 190,000 people. It's one of the largest and most populated cities in the province and even has several tourist sites. But if you want to find it on Google Earth, even if you're just a tourist, you won't be able to do so. You don't have to be living in the country to be censored from the viewership. The whole city is blurred out. Supposedly, it was done because Valencia City is their governmental headquarters where it's used for the testing of missiles and working on defense program. If that's true, we can understand why they blur the entire city out on Google Earth for security reasons. Of course, it is strange, but hey, we've seen where the whole country is blurred out in this list. And with that, it is now time for today's subscriber pick. Today's photo was sent to us by a subscriber. If you come across a photo online and want to know more details about it, just send it over to us. We might even feature it on a future video. Number 2. Subscriber pick. This picture seems like it has been photoshopped as there is nothing original related to it on the internet, but there could be a reason behind editing this picture. There are many places on Google Maps that have been blurred out and are thought to be alien hideouts or places where governments around the world keep alien technology. Area 51 and Scientology base are examples of that. Number 1. Sandy Island. This is the most mysterious island there is because our maps were consistently updated with input from explorers and cartographers. It wasn't uncommon for an unknown piece of land to show up on them. While it's an error, Most of the time, on occasion, maps do contain things we had no idea existed. Take the sandy island in the Pacific Ocean, which showed up on some maps, but not others. In reality, there's nothing there and has since been removed by Google Maps. It's not entirely an error, though, as the island has been showing up on maps since at least 1876. It was first recorded by a whaling ship called a Velocity, and we still have no idea what it is they saw there. Interesting thing is it is not blurred. It has been completely wiped out from records of Google Maps. Can the government be behind this? We might never know what goes on there. That is our list of the top 10 secret places on Google Maps. Can you explain the reason behind the censor of these places? If yes, then tell us in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.